It's Week 15 of the National Football League. And coming up, it's the Commanders' creative quarterback, as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Commanders and the Falcons. All that and more coming up next.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Back to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They just pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Here's a 2nd and 7. And it's caught. Touchdown, Washington. CeeDee Lamb with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From the 10. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Taking a glance here at the numbers last week for Algier. 16 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. They coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes out a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Robinson up the middle. And some room to work. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down. For a lot of people, the MVP award means the quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. There's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Handoff now to Robinson. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards there on a Washington first. This offense number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained. And, in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll run here with Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run. Robinson. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Back to throw. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. On second, here's Algier. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
I'm not sure how much I really love that call. It almost seems like a little bit of a give up there. But maybe what they were thinking is, we got a chance to pop one. They think we're just going to give up here, hand it to the big man, and maybe he can get through. Sometimes there's a little bit of courage in play calling that maybe we don't give enough credit.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Taking it about the 36. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. Short completion, just 4 yards. 3rd and 7 now. They'll look to throw here. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. First down, and they'll start with Algier. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 2nd and 6. Oh, it's tipped, but he still makes the adjustment. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
But when you go on the road, you're hoping to make plays that will take the crowd out of the game. I think that's a pretty good example right there.
Yeah, a break like that never hurts, especially in the 1st quarter. Maybe help to set the tone a little bit.
Could settle them down, get them into the game a little bit easier without that crowd really being against them.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And complete to Drake London. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 26. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Give to Algier from the shotgun. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Algier now up the middle. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got it. And he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They're going to look to throw. Dumps this one off to Algier. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He'll look to throw. Left side to Lamb. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. Second and 5. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting him first downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
Bryce Hall there defensively. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. He'll look to throw. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the give, here's Robinson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Robinson will score. Touchdown, Commanders.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's good to make it 14-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays yards all told. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Over the middle, caught by London. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This pass is caught by London. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw again. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here's Jake Camarda now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Gibson. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They give him a gain of 37.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks Takes the ball away, and it falls incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. His throw incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Back to throw.
And that one on the money to Claypool downfield.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back to throw now on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 2nd and 4. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They'll set up to throw.
That one complete out to Dotson.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw.
He's got it to Gibson. Touchdown! Antonio Gibson
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it concluded with the touchdown pass to Antonio Gibson. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with only 9 seconds remaining and not much time, we'll see how they play this. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. A touchdown pass there for Jalen Hurts. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Tua Tagovailoa has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Paris Campbell, a touchdown reception. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for Washington, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. Second half starts with a run by Gibson.
Room here to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give them 19. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's the option going right.
They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down at the 32. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 19. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington.
This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Now back to throw.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A 15-yard touchdown, Brown.
And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick and play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. Fielded right around the 8.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Step, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
That's interference. Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Handing it off, right side, Algier. He'll take this to the 46. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Here's Algier again on second down.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. He'll look to throw.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down.
A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
He's got Ayuk once again. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Over the middle, caught by London. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Algier will try to pick it up.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Algier going straight ahead.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on first down, then ran it on second down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
They're going to look to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Chase Young
in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And the Washington offense going back to work. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Open man Lamb. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Washington. Their mobile, agile quarterback, 50 yards.
And the Commanders just continue to roll. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone.
From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now a handoff to Algier.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Chase Young.
My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers. He brings out this offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Back to throw here.
Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Give to Robinson on the option. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Rashawn Gary buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
But you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football, really, in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lamb. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll drop to throw.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
Robinson.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. It's their quarterback with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Commanders add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here now come the Falcons.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Back to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here we go on 4th down. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Forced out to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Robinson up the middle.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. CeeDee Lamb with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Commanders stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Though definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. 4 touchdown passes. They're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown right, because you would think with the lead, fourth quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Falcons ready to take over. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that...
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
After the pick-6, they go right back to the air. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a 1st down. They'll set up a throw.
Setting up the screen. Here's Algier.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. Back to throw again.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They'll look to throw again.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Open man is Samuel, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. On 2nd, here's Algier.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Oh, he's got his tight end Pitts complete. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. They'll run here with Algier.
Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on set?
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass.
And the Falcons are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Koo, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the 10. The Washington offense set to take over. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
98 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They're going to look to throw.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Now Landry.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here this way.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Commanders,
they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year.